Hi there, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to cover something that somebody recently asked for in one of the comments on a previous video, namely, can I suggest the best ways to plan trips? So tomorrow I'm going to be going on a trip to Aberdeen. I have to take my son up to some university open days, so I thought before I go I will show you the various apps that you could use, and you can then make up your mind which one you think is best. So Aberdeen's about 130 miles away. The car is currently showing 78% and 235 miles. I'm going to charge tonight to 100, not least because Octopus Energy have got half price charging on this evening, so that'll be good. That'll take it down to 3.5 pence per kilowatt hour. You can't really get cheaper than that. So I'm going to take advantage of that. The car will be 100%, so we can get to Aberdeen and back without charging, but I want to be able to do some moving around when I'm up there, so we will charge. However, it means that for tomorrow we don't have to stop, but what we're going to do is leave here about 6:30 in the morning, drive for an hour or so, stop and have breakfast probably around Dundee, and then head on up to Aberdeen. So I'll film some of that when we're on the way, but today it's all about the route planning. Okay, so let's start off with what the car can do itself. So easily enough, you can type it in up here, or I can use Laura, so I'll use the voice assistant. Okay, Laura, navigate to the University of Aberdeen.
Okay, University of Aberdeen, Aberdeen, Regent Walk. Have a good journey.
Okay, so it's obviously done that quite easily. Laura's actually a lot more responsive in the new car. She's a lot faster. So as you can see there, University of Aberdeen, and it's going to take us 2 hours 29 minutes. It says that we'll arrive there with 24%. That's if we left at 78. So that is fairly easy. It's suggesting a couple of places to go, which are about 6 minutes away. So if I was wanting to stop, and I do, I'm not going to stop at a Chinese restaurant 6 minutes from home, but that's a bit of a strange one. I think it's it always just suggests some things that are immediately ahead of you. It doesn't particularly guess how long you're going to want to stop for. What I could do if I was wanting to look for chargers, I could say I only want to use Ionity chargers, but as it is, I don't need to stop anywhere. You can see the route here. If I zoom out, we don't need to stop at all. We'll get there in one go. Okay, so that's the car system. Pretty good, and actually I may well just use that tomorrow. Another one I often use, if you've seen any of my videos before, is a better route planner. So I'll type in there University of Aberdeen, calculating the route. It's offering me a choice of routes. Interestingly, it thinks I want to I'm going to need to charge. That's probably quite realistic, to be honest. And its first suggestion is that I drive straight up to Aberdeen and I stop for 5 minutes at the Tesla superchargers up in Aberdeen. That's probably the cheapest because I don't have an Ionity subscription at the moment. I do have an Electroverse account, and that would give me a discount on Ionity. Takes it down to about 63 pence, but still Tesla is going to be cheaper. So interesting that a better route planner is offering different options. It's also offering an 11-minute stop at the Tesla superchargers in Perth. Now that's actually a really good shout, because I'd said earlier Dundee. However, Perth, there's a McDonald's and I can't remember something else right beside the Tesla superchargers, or 5-6 minutes away. So what we could do is stop there, grab some breakfast and top up the car, and then not need to bother when we get to Aberdeen. Or the final option is head towards Glasgow, top up on the Tesla superchargers there, and then head up. That seems a very odd suggestion. So another good option is Octopus Electroverse, and unfortunately for some reason it doesn't let you do the route planning on the car screen, which is something of a weakness. However, what it will do is let you plan it on your phone. So I guess if you're actually doing the route planning stage, that's fine. So going from Livingston to University of Aberdeen, I could select Electroverse only, I could select avoid tolls, Let's just do that. We're not going to have to charge anyway. I've told it I want to leave with 100% and end with 15%. And there we are. It's showing I can go from Livingston to the University of Aberdeen. Arrival charge there will be with 50%. So that is perfect. And it'll take 2 hours 9 minutes, interestingly enough. So that's reckoning slightly quicker than the other two. And then if I do start route, it'll say, do you want to use Electroverse car, Waze or Google Maps? So I can pick one of those and it will then pop up in the car screen and use whichever one of those I've picked as my navigation app. So that's all pretty good. The other one that you might use if you were so minded, I don't actually have it, don't really use it that much, but you may have heard of ZapMap. Unfortunately, I don't have the premium subscription, so I can't use it here on the screen, but you could do that again on your phone. So there is plenty of choice. Google Maps would obviously also work, but again, like Waze, it's not going to actually factor in your charging, so it won't know anything about your state of charge. But for tomorrow, either of those would be perfectly fine because I know I'm not going to have to charge. So there we have it. On a short distance trip like this, only 130 miles, there's really no need for a dedicated EV charging app. My own one, just because of my personal preference, I've got used to using it, is to use a Better Route Planner. It used to use a dongle or another service called Tronity, both of which cost money. You have to buy the dongle or you have to subscribe to Tronity. It's now got a system called eNode, which is enabled by Skoda, and you can actually just link live data straight to a Better Route Planner. So on a longer trip, like next week, I will be traveling down to Yorkshire, down in England, and on that trip I will need to use chargers, so again I'm going to use a Better Route Planner for that one. But for tomorrow, I reckon actually that suggestion that a Better Route Planner came up with of stopping at Tesla in Perth is probably a pretty good one, so I reckon that's what we're going to do. But anyway, I'll film that tomorrow and you can see how we get on with the state of charge and so on.